Um, Hello everyone, my name is Santosh, and for all of you, a namaste to all of you. This is a kind of Indian greeting to everyone. Says hello, how are you? How are you? Okay. Because I just figured that everyone is really tired. I'm not gonna take long time. Well, I'll just try to complete it as soon as possible. Okay. My name is Santosh, and he is Sandeep, Swathi, and Chandana. We are going to present the very newest technologies of the whole world, which is going to, what you say, is rock the whole world in the near future. So this is called nanotechnology, and we are going to take a small piece which is called nanomedicine. We'll try to give some issues, some ethics related to nanomedicine. Years and years ago, it is said that medieval philosophers used to spend days, weeks arguing on a small issue like how many angels will dance on a head of a pin. The subject is only changed now, but the philosophers now, in the future philosophers are thinking the same way, like how many atom-sized particles would create new worlds on a head of a pin. This is not a science fiction. This is something like nanotechnology. So, imagine, just imagine having bones woven with fabric such that one could fall out of a building and walk away. Imagine that in the event of a fire, microscopic vessels just 10 billionth of a meter wide, pressurized with 1,000 atmospheres of pure oxygen, could sense oxygen levels in the blood and provide hours of respiratory requirements for the body. Ms. Zina Palladino, what is your immediate and short reaction? Immediate and short reaction to this thing? Wow. Yeah. How? There you go. That's a short reaction too. Yeah, I would say wow. So, like, so, okay. So we are trying to deal with some of the issues and some of the basic principle dealing with nanotechnology. Sandeep is gonna take over and.
Hi, I'm Sandeep. I don't want to take much time of yours because it's too late, and I'm gonna deal with basic principles of nanomedicine. And if we see today's surgical instruments, I mean before nanotechnology came into existence, it's like kind of wear and tear, and but as the human cells are kind of like they will regenerate and then they will cure by themselves, so it's not a big deal for the, I mean, that would take a long time, but not it will be cured. But after nanotechnology came into existence, it's like if we have to cut just a nanometer, then they can cut that nanometer and then do the operation or whatever they want, and it's a lot better than the before technologies. And human cells are very small, and as if nanotechnology has replaced the human cells also, like they will form they can be created like crystals, and they can be used as human cells. And it's like they have created a sensors like things which are smaller than the human cells. They can like just snapshot of like cellular, subcellular and molecular activities. Like they can even snapshot, I mean they can even detect the small change in the human cell. So it's the technology has developed a lot, and this will take around by Swathi.
Hello everyone, and I'm gonna discuss applications of nanomedicine. And it's that one of the greatest benefit that society can get through nanotechnology is nanomedicine. Imagine a world without any ill health, and where there is health and no diseases in the world. Then everyone can live a healthy life. Some of the applications of nanomedicine are, it helps in disease detection. It's like we can detect the disease as soon as possible if we introduce nanoparticles into the bloodstream of a human body. Example of that is the dots. Quantum dots, which are primarily be used as a diagnostic devices to identify cancerous cells, are presently in research phase. Then we have metal nanoparticles, which are like in conjunction with various biomolecular, may be used to detect proteins and antibodies that indicate a specific condition in a human body. It's like we have these detection devices on a nanoparticles which can be introduced into the bloodstream, and it is almost like a lab on a chip device. Then we can also cure diseases using nanoparticles. This comes into disease treatment, and it can be used to cure cancer. It is like when these particles are introduced, these particles detect the cancerous cells and also try to cure them as soon as possible by killing them. These nanoparticles are so small that they can be viewed from outside through an infrared thing and can help to detect and also treat and also cure the cancer cells, which also helps us to reduce the use of radioactive materials that is currently being used to cure the cancer. Then we have drug delivery. It is like designing nanoparticles that carry therapeutic chemicals on their surfaces. As earlier I have talked about curing diseases, we can also induce drugs onto the nanoparticles, which can carry the drugs to the specific location where the disease is being detected and then cure it. All these things are not in existence at present, but research is going on this and will be seen in near future. And then one of the examples is prosthetic and orthopedic devices. These are like orthopedic pins, screws and bone void fillers made of nanocrystalline hydroxyapatite are being marketed as more biocompatible alternatives to traditional materials. When there is a bone injury or something like that, these pins and screws are being filled in place of the other materials and screws we are using at present, which are almost like the bones which we have right now, and helps them to cure better. So all these are some of the applications we'll be seeing in the near future of nanomedicine.
Hello, my name is Chandana, and I'm going to deal with the issues related to nanomedicine. And there are 3 issues related to nanomedicine. There are ethical issues, social issues, and legal issues. And coming to the ethical issues, ethical analysis should also examine value conflicts. There could be conflicts between personal freedom to use one's economic resources to obtain advanced treatments such as nanomedicine, and what society at large considers desirable or ethically acceptable. Coming to social issues, nanomedicine can eradicate biological sources of human suffering and human limitations. For example, advocates of nanomedicine believe that technology must be used to eliminate human vulnerability to disease. And coming to legal issues, another interesting question is how the FDA will view medical applications of nanotechnology. Statues provide the treatments that operate through mechanical means are to be treated as devices. Those that rely on chemical effects are considered drugs. And then coming to role of UN and role of NSF, role of UN. The nanoethics group has announced that its core members have been awarded 2 grants totaling approximately about $250,000 by the US National Science Foundation to study ethical issues related to nanomedicine. Role of NSF. The ESF report notes that Europe is particularly strong in many areas of nanotechnology needed for advances in nanomedicine, and that several European companies are at the cutting edge of research in this area. Another positive note is that funding in Europe for nanotechnology research is rapidly growing. And Santosh will come.
Future of nanomedicine. The aging population The high expectations for better quality of life and the changing lifestyle of global society call for improved, more efficient and affordable health care. So there are like so many advantages with nanomedicine. Not only nanomedicine, there are like so many advantages for it. Like the aging population. If there's a process in nanomedicine which can reduce, which can make you to look even younger. Like you can live for 150 years without any disease. You can be like 20 years old even if you are 150 years old. So next is nanotechnology can offer impressive resolutions when applied to medical challenges like cancer. Cancer is the very deadliest disease that everyone is facing right now. It's a very biggest problem. So it can be cured by passing nano particles into the portion that is affected, and it can be cured. Like cancer, diabetes, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease, cardiovascular problems, inflammatory and infectious diseases. So coming to the conclusion, the very question after seeing all these things, I think is, when is this all gonna come? So actually I don't have the answer to. The answer is with you all. The answer is in the hands of people who is gonna take the initiative and come forward to accept all the legal issues, all the ethical and political issues. So there are like a lot of issues dealing with nanotechnology right now. But I personally feel that technology is improving so much, because if you are not going to improve technology, then somebody else is going to improve it, because technology has bad and as well as good effects. So I think it's in the hands of people who use it, finally, coming to the Strandberg's law. So this is all we have for you. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome.
Any questions? There's a mic. Any questions? Yes. The name and the question.
My name is Raju. Is this nanomedicine applicable to any diseases or any specific like major diseases?
We are trying to explain like diseases, not specifically any diseases, because there are like so many deadly diseases. Even AIDS has no solution till now, because it's specifically every technology, not only nanotechnology, everything has its own limits. Like everything, you can't apply something to everything, so it has its own limits. So these are the things that we came out with. So these are the things that when we are searching for things.
Are these nanomedicine is expensive, or is this? I mean, the poor people can afford this medicine? Do you think that?
It's actually in the developing stages. So first of all, after the medicine is coming out, then they will deal with the things like how we can make this medicine to reach to the poor people. So these are the things that we deal after the medicine is coming out. So I think
nanotechnology is the technology which can be used to apply the cure, not because nanotechnology can't use itself for the cure.
it's not, yeah.
So basically to diagnose, to apply the medicine to particular portion, like you have one cell defective.
Yeah, even they can use for the curing. I mean, they are making nanoparticles of the medicine, and they can use it for curing the diseases. And right now there are a lot of things. I mean, there are a lot of nanomedicine. I mean, he's saying. I mean, the topic is nanomedicine, not the nano detectors or something like stuff.
No, nanomedicine means like you can port
Yeah, I know.
medicinal properties to nano, then you can send it to the particular place. So that's why, because you don't need to affect like if you want to cure one cell, you don't need to cut the whole body. That's what the thing is. That's what nanomedicine. You can apply a like chemical to a particular particle. Then you can send the particle to a particular place. Then you can cure that particular body instead of cutting whole body. That's what they're trying to explain, I think.
Comment? Thanks.
My name is Pradeep. You are talking about lifespan of human beings by using nanomedicines. What happened to the ecosystem if such kind of medicine you applied in the human beings?
So that's why I told you in the conclusion part. If you ask me the answer, then I can tell you I don't know, because there are many things. I concluded that if you ask me the answer, it's in the hands of people who are gonna experience it. It's a personal thing. You ask yourself, then go forward. So we are just trying to explain the things that we have come across. So there you go.
Other questions? Other questions? Please give hand to. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.